Hey, it's Corey, and today you're going to learn how to play an easy version of Hotel California by the Eagles. After your ukulele's tuned, it's time to look at the chords we're going to need for this easy version of the song. Now, we did change the key to make it easier and more accessible for you, so if you're interested in being able to play this in the original key, make sure to like this video and comment down below, and then I can take a look at making a play along for that for you. The first chord we're going to look at, though, is the A minor chord. So that's going to be your second finger placed on the 4th string of the 2nd fret. We'll also need the C major chord. That's going to be your 3rd finger placed on the 3rd fret, 1st string. Next, we're looking at the D major chord. So that's going to take place all on the 2nd fret here on strings 4, 3, and 2. You're going to start by placing your 1st finger on string 1, your 2nd finger on string 2, and then your 3rd finger on string 3. Next, we have the D minor chord, and that's going to start with your 1st finger placed on the 2nd string of the 1st fret. Then your 2nd finger is going to go on the 2nd fret, 4th string, and your 3rd finger is going to go on the 2nd fret, 3rd string. Next, we have an E7 chord, and that's going to be your 1st finger placed on the 4th string of the 1st fret. Then your 2nd finger is going to go down on the 3rd string of the 2nd fret, and then your 3rd finger is going to go on the same fret, that 2nd fret, but just on the 1st string. Next, we're looking at the F major chord. That's going to be your 1st finger placed on the 2nd string, 1st fret, and then your 2nd finger is going on the 2nd fret, 4th string. And lastly, we have a G major chord, and that's going to be your 1st finger first starting on the 2nd fret, 3rd string, then your 2nd finger is going to go on the 2nd fret, 1st string, and then your 3rd finger is going to go down on the 3rd fret, 2nd string. And those are the different 7 chords you're going to need in order to play this easy version of the song. When you're at a really comfortable place with those chords, meaning that you don't necessarily need to look at the chord chart every single time when transitioning between the two, that's a good indication that you're ready to start looking at a strumming pattern. If you are not at that point and these are all still really new chords for you, take the time you need to be able to learn them and be able to play them without having to rely too heavily on the chord charts, because if you jump into a strumming pattern right away without being really solid on the chords, you're gonna have a lot of gaps and transition issues when playing that are going to cause bad habits for when you're learning your song. The strumming pattern we're gonna be looking at for this song, though, is going to be played throughout the entire song, and the only time you're not gonna play the strumming pattern will be at the very, very end of the song during the fade out section, where you'll then end the song on an A minor, just strummed down 1. The strumming pattern we're using, just demonstrated on an A minor, because that's what we're starting the song on, is a down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up. I'm going to play that a couple times just so you can kind of get it in your ear. It's really important to have the timing of the first 3 downs really solid, because if you mess that up when playing through with the whole song, it's going to be really hard to get back on your beat. So listen to it. I'm just going to play it over and over on an A minor. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up. Slowly, it's down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up. This is what the intro of the song sounds like, which actually ends up being the progression of the verse. So you can use this little intro section to kind of get familiar with what you're going to be playing, just paired with the lyrics and the melody that you'd be singing. 1, 2, here we go, and you would repeat that again. What's great is if you can kind of either memorize or get really used to that strumming pattern with the progression, you know most of the song already. The only time it would change would be during the chorus section. And for the chorus, the progression of that, you're just going between your F to the C, then to the E7, and then back to the A minor. And then you would repeat back the F, C, and rather than going back to the E7, you're gonna go to a D minor, and then back to the E7. So that's all the musical material, save from the melody line that you would be singing. If that strumming pattern ends up being a little too tricky for you because of all the chord changes, you could also just play on the beat or on the chord change too. This song changes enough with the chords that playing just on the chord change would still add enough contrast that you could easily mix it up between playing just on the chord changes and playing on the beat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play just the opening line of the song past the intro, where we actually have some singing with it, so you can see what that would be like as a progression for practice, starting with the chord changes, then to the beat, then adding the strumming pattern. You can, of course, jazz it up with even more uniqueness and add extra things in your own cover of it. You could add chucking really easily, but again, these are all the basics that you need in order to kind of either play it all the way through or to have the building blocks that you can then make your own cover and add a bunch of stuff to as well. So this is the opening line, just played on the chord changes. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. This is played on the beat. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. And then this would be on the strumming pattern. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. As I said before, the really tricky part of this song is just making sure you get that initial down, down, down. If you can get that down, 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 the rest of the strumming pattern is pretty similar to a lot of other really popular ukulele strumming patterns, so you would really be able to kind of get in the pocket, especially when you get to the chorus. Once you're in the chorus, it really flows very nicely. The only difference with the verses is sometimes when playing with the melody or when singing the melody, it can be a little tricky to get that down, 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 because it creates a few hemiolas, which is a feeling of 2 against 3 in the music. And so if you kind of get off from that, don't worry, just strum on the beat until you can get to the next strumming pattern. So what that would maybe sound like is, say you're playing and you have a down, down, and then you skip that last down. You could just keep going down until you get to the next one. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up. So it's okay if you don't play the strumming pattern exactly throughout the entire thing. I've actually kind of gotten into the habit of sometimes even during my play-alongs keeping in some moments where I maybe make a mistake, just so you can see that you can still have a really nice sounding song even if you're not playing it exactly how you intended. My whole goal is to get you playing and have fun and enjoying music. It's not that you are playing everything perfect for, you know, a performance. If that is what you're trying to do, obviously do what's best for you. Practice with a metronome, even if you're not doing it for a performance and you're just doing it for yourself, but use all those best practices to get to the best performances possible. If you're a casual player that you're just looking to have fun, don't sweat messing up on the strumming pattern too much. What's more important is that you stay with the tempo that you pick and you're not having weird gaps between your transitions. What I mean by that is, say you're playing on this A minor and then you have to pause before being able to get to that E7. There should be no pause. So go at a tempo that's slow enough to give you enough time to transition and pick the strumming pattern or the progression of strumming patterns that you are at based on your skill level. But with all that, let's give it a play along. 1, 2, here we go, and cool wind in my hair, warm smell of cool I said before, you could do that ending part as just a fade out and continue to repeat it. You could also repeat the chorus multiple times too, and you could repeat any of the chorus's lyrics too. It would really be up to you. But otherwise, that's how you play an easy version of Hotel California by the Eagles. I hope you guys found this helpful. If you're looking for the song sheet for this song or any of my other tutorials and play-alongs, you can find it on my Patreon, and the link is in the description box. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye!
Hey, it's Corey again. I just wanted to take a second and thank my gold tier members from my Patreon. Every month they give their very generous support, and those people are Rosemary Bristol, Glenn Clement, Perry Payne, Yuki, Stefan Ramirez, Nadia Rogers, Bradley Carter, Matthew Newton, Andrew Atbury, and Chad Taylor. Thank you guys so much for your continued support, and thank you to all my Patreon members. Bye!